हेलो बच्चों, आज जो आपके सामने मैं लेके आई हूँ वो है बजट 2024-25 टैक्स प्रपोजल। एनुअल फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट बजट हैज़ बीन ब्रॉट with intent to strengthen the financial system and to provide new vision and resolution to the financial management of the state। ये राजस्थान स्टेट की चर्चा यहाँ पे की जा रही है। It is not that we have taken significant steps in this regard with the dawn of the new government. This reduction in weight rate on petrol and diesel in an effort to fulfill the guarantee of Honorable Prime Minister and first attempt in the country regarding rates of petrol and diesel, one state, one rate. Abolition of land tax, abolition of mandi tax on sugar and jaggery. Government has tried to give relief to common men and the trade and business from tax load and inflation, despite the fact that revenue plays a crucial role in the development as well as for the functioning of the public welfare scheme of the state. Government is committed to take necessary steps in revenue earning departments to accelerate the pace of development in the state and provide relief to common men and investors in the state. Now see, registration and stamp department. Efforts on providing relief in the registration and stamp department, rationalization of applicable rates and reduction in class categories in various instrument documents. Exemption of stamp duty on agreements or electricity connections, apprenticeship, deed excused by youth for training, mortgage deed executed by farmers for availing loan against crops. Exemption of stamp duty and registration fees payable on the instruments or the settlement, deeds excused of favor of wife, daughter-in-law, paternal and maternal grandchildren's. Reduction of stamp duty from 6% to 2% on instrument of exchange executed between family members. Relation to non-agricultural immovable, immovable property. Immovable property. Full exemption of registration fees along with the stamp duty on the house provided by government, private organization on the individual on fees free of cost basis to the war window to their children or the parents of the martyrs from military and parliamentary force. Automation of the process of providing transferable development rights TDR and exemption of stamp duty on assurance of TDR and reduction from the 5% to 2% on the sale of TDR. Reduction in the selling of stamp duty rupees 1 lakh and also capping the registration to rupees 25,000 on the deputy assignment so as to facilitate easy housing loans to the common man. Stamp duty on immediate documents like the agreement to sell society, patta, etc. reduced to 20% even in case where the local body has not yet issued lease patta. Reduction of stamp duty from 6% to 5% on the purchase of the flats costing up to 50 lakhs in multi-story building. Exemption of stamp duty on the GST paid in all under construction building and flats. Exemption of interest in all such cases where the stamp duty in deposit within 1 month of the determination of the reference appeal under Stamp Act. Reduction of stamp duty rupees 1000 instead of conveyance value in such case where the document of cancellation is executed within 1 month of the execution of the original document. Revenue functionaries like Patwari, Revenue Inspector, and Village Development Officer and Officer of Urban Local Bodies authorized as the Site Inspector for the purpose of site inspection. Exemption of stamp duty on various loan documents executed for loan taking loan with bank and financial instruction excluding the principal loan document. Reduction of stamp duty on the instrument of amalgamation, demerger, etc. from 4% to 1% on the value of shares and reduction in the current upper limit from rupees 50 crore to 25 crore. Then commercial tax department. Number 2, commercial tax department. Formulation of new investment policy is the state and promotion of goods and services sold and consumed within the state. The following benefits will be extended under RIPS. Reduction of VAT rate up to 5% on the PNG for definite period of energy intensive industries. Promotional intensive incentives in cases related to revival of sick unit. Extending the benefits of RIPS through online portal from 15th August 2024. Extending validity of entitlement certificate from 1 year to 2 years for living benefits of stamp duty exemption. Formulation of new VAT Act. Reduction of VAT rate on the PNG and CNG from 14.5 to 10%. Reduction of VAT rate from 26% to 2% on aviation, turbine fuel for flying training organization and aviation training organization recognized by DGCA. Abolition of electricity duty on the auxiliary power consumed by captive power plants and exemption on the remaining part of electricity duty along with interest and penalty on the payment of 10% of outstanding electricity duty. Development of integrated system for additional resource mobilization in online gaming, e-commerce and OTT platform service. Then transport department. Point number 3, transport department. Creation of corpus fund of rupees 200 crore as e-vehicle promotion fund under the electric vehicle policy. Reduction of motor vehicle tax from rupees 504 to 400 per seat per month on all stage carriage playing more than 300 kilometers per day on other roads. Exemption of physical presentation of vehicle in the time of transfer of ownership of the vehicle and facility for retention for registration number and number on scrapping on the vehicle. exemption from compulsory submitting the tax clearance certificate TCC at the time of issuance of fitness certificate of the transport vehicle, extent of rebate from spare tax for newly registered vehicle from 15 days to 30 days, and similar relief on the surrender of permit of old vehicle. 10% reduction of one-time tax on private service vehicle, tourist vehicle, contract carriage, carriage vehicle. Relational of motor vehicle, tax on special permit of passenger vehicle with more than 22 seating capacity to rupees 600 per day on non-temporary permit of tourist vehicle to rupees 875 per seat per month. Point number 4, Excise Department. Formulation of new Excise Act on augmenting the revenue collection efficiency of the department and curbing the menace of illicit liquor. Point number 5, Mining and Petroleum Department. Formulation of new mining policy 2024. Reduction of security deposit from rupees 10 lakh to rupees 2 lakh on the auction of lease of sandstone, masonry stone, and which are less than 1 hectare. Facility to discharge premium installment on the extended lease period up to 2040 to all leaseholders, query license holders of the minor minerals. Rajasthan State Mines and Minerals Limited shall be engaged for the production of the sand bajri in view of the challenge on the supply of sand in the state, and new M sand policy shall be formulated. Promotion of private sector in minerals exploration on the lines of policy of the central government. Doubling the auction of mining blocks of major minerals to more than 100 as against previous action of mere 54 blocks in the past 7 years. In first phase such In the first phase, such 8 blocks of major minerals shall be auctioned with preempted clearance. Expenditure of 10 crores of establishment of Center of Excellence in Bikaner for ceramic and in Udaipur ceramics and in Udaipur for rare earth elements for research and development in such minerals. Volumetry assessment on the production and dispatch of minor minerals in a phase manner implementations on one-time settlement scheme with exemption on the interest and penalties. Providing more than 1 lakh gas connections by laying 2000 km long gas pipeline in the 8 cities of the state: Jaipur, Kota, Alwar, Jodhpur, Udaipur, Bundi, Ajmer, and Pali. Point number 6, miscellaneous points on investment promotion, industry and commerce. Exemption for seeking NOC from RICO on land conversion in case within 1 kilometer radius of RICO area. Formulation of private industrial park scheme. Formulation of land aggregation and monetization policy for optimizing uses of land resource formulation and formulating aggregation of private land act to further strength in the case. Revenue formulation of transfer to industrial lands validation act for resolving operational challenge on conversion conversion and other issue in industrial area transferred to RICO, providing deemed conversion on online platform for investment made in tourism and agro processing to facilitate credit availability in these sectors. Local self government reduction on one time fees from rupees 50 per square meter to rupees 15 per square meters on fire safety certificate in case with building height up to 15 meters for a period of 5 years. Agriculture formulation of agro processing policy 2024 for investment promotion in agriculture and horticulture. Special provisions shall be made for millets Sri Anna under the policy. Point number 7 Amnesty relief of dealer and common man in the various departments in the following manner of the deposit of outstanding amount up to 31st December 2023 before 31st December 2024. Energy amnesty. Exemption on interest in penalty in case related to electricity disconnections. Transport amnesty. Exemption on computing amount cases detected through e-Ravana. Colonization amnesty, exemption of interest or pending installment in case related to agriculture land allotment. Relief under new amnesty scheme in case of deposit of outstanding demand before 31st December 2024. Weight amnesty. Case related to act repelled in 2017. Waiver or demand up to rupees 10 lakh. Exemption on the outstanding demand on the deposit amount from the 10 to 20% of demand in various categories. Mining amnesty. Exemption on the outstanding demand on deposit amount from 10 to 30% of the demand in various categories. Stamp amnesty. 100% exemption on interest and penalty. Excise amnesty. Category wise exemption on the outstanding interest and tax in cases pending all 31st March 2024. Point number 8 Institutional strengthening. Following measures will be taken in revenue earning department to augment their efficiency. Registration and stamp. E-Panjiyan 3.0 portal for conducting online transactions will be made available for citizens, departments, officials, and other stakeholders, automating the process of references and other legal procedures on the e-Panjiyan 3.0 portal. Commercial Tax Department restructuring from the Commercial Tax Department in view of the workload and meeting the appearance challenge and facilitation of the taxpayer. Registration of new firms based on Aadhaar based biometric authentication. Transport Department. Faceless management will be introduced in Transport Department for bringing a transparency and efficiency in the working of the department. Verification of the vehicle documents will be done through e-detection system. Excise creation in the integrated excise preventive and enforcement force. Mining. Conduct of process relating to mining on online mode. GIS based determination of mining block. RFID and GPS based tracking on the mineral transportation. Drone based determination of quantity and penalty relating to excavation. Creation of post of revenue officers for augmenting the efficiency in the department.